All right, Holly, here we are. We are all loaded up. We are ready to go. Tucker, where are we headed? Radiator Springs and Disneyland. So we are in the 2021 Chrysler Pacifica, and we're ready to set off. All right, gearheads, we are here at our first fueling stop. It is just because we are picking up some extra cargo in my mother-in-law. We'll introduce her in just a moment, but we are at Love's. You can see back here, we're in Van, Texas. Gas price is $3.86, but an interesting thing, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around here. There's actually another Love's right across the street with $3.06 gas pricing as well. So I don't know what quite is going on here with two Love stations right across the street from each other. We're 28 miles from home. I topped us off $19.50 for 5 gallons worth of gas. Like I said, Love's here in Van, Texas. Perhaps the cheapest fuel we are gonna see, $3.86 on this trip. Just stay tuned to find out more. But here is the crew. We've got myself, Tucker, Mommy, and there's Nana. Hi Nana, how's it going? We've got all our gear loaded up, and I do believe we are ready to hit the road for Midland, Texas is our first stop. We will keep you posted all along the way on what fuel prices are on this trip. Future me is gonna love it.
I was really surprised at how much the gas cost at Love's. It was really low.
I know, I'm using Gas Buddy.
Use that?
No, but really, I'm using Gas Buddy. I was telling you, I'm using Gas Buddy to see, it'll tell you where the cheapest is, and you can pick your route. Our route is to Midland for right now. So I could see all along the way, all the way through Dallas and Fort Worth, what gas prices were. So I saw.
I wonder what the Beaver place is up here.
Not as cheap as Love's. Not as cheap as Love's. That's why we topped off there, because it only goes up from here through Dallas.
Yeah. How much is the gas at the Beaver place?
I don't know. I
didn't
memorize it.
Well,
Beaver's place meaning Buc-ee's.
Because I was thinking, you know, if it's just a few cents, their potties make up for it at the Beaver place.
Well, yeah. Love's wasn't all that bad. That was one of the nicer Love stations I've been to.
Well, yeah, because it's new. Yeah. You know, it's not that old.
Yeah, Love's are usually pretty good. Bathrooms and gas stations, and I noticed
not
their
sponsored.
Snacks. Not sponsored, but could be. But my thought process was, we're already stopping at Love's because we had to pick you up. It's cheaper gas. Use the potty there. And we ain't stopping at Buc-ee's because we don't have an hour to spend at Buc-ee's.
We'll stop at Buc-ee's when we need a rest.
When we need a rest. I'm sure we'll find some more before we get out of Texas.
Yeah, will we find any more before?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Interstate 20, there's one.
Yeah, there's another Buc-ee's. So, don't you worry, we'll get our beaver nuggets.
All right, gearheads, quick fuel update here on our road trip to California from Texas. You can see we're at a quick trip outside of Weatherford, Texas. And as I pan around here, fuel prices $3.89 a gallon, which is a little bit higher than the $3.86 we paid back home just outside of Van, Texas. But you can see prices are still below that $4 mark. We have seen several stations flirting with that $4 mark, but nothing yet with a 4 at the beginning of it. As for our minivan, it's still holding up well. Very comfortable on the road, getting over 25 mpg, which is a little bit short of the 28 highway number that was on the window sticker from the EPA. So we will keep you updated on how that changes as well. All right, so we are here outside of Ranger, Texas, and we are seeing our first signs of higher gas prices. You can Love's right here is $3.99. So again, we're flirting around that $4 mark. Shortly after our last stop, we had several 409 stations that we just weren't able to capture on camera. But you can see we're cruising along here at 75 miles an hour. We are getting, let's see here, cycle through all this. Trip info. So far on this trip, we've driven 220 miles essentially in 25 and a half mpg. So again, not quite what the EPA says this vehicle should be getting at 28, but we've got quite a bit of stuff for people, and Texas speed limits are, you know, naturally a little bit bigger than other places. So stay tuned, we'll keep you updated. Alright, we are west of Abilene now, and this is the highest gas price that we have seen so far. $4.19 for regular unleaded, and over $5 for diesel. It's starting to get up there. I'm betting we're going to see quite a bit higher prices the further west we go. Alright, we are Sweetwater, Texas. So still in the Lone Star State, imagine that. It's gonna be half our trip, practically. We are outside of Walmart, Murphy, USA, and Holly has found us the cheapest gas thus far on this trip. So we were just under half a tank in our Chrysler Pacifica, and she found $3.83 gas. So,
on our route.
On our route, that's the interstate we just got off of, but barely had to get off at all. Filling up, topping off, because after our stop in Midland tonight is where the prices just keep going up. So last cheap gas for quite a while. So
hey,
here we go.
Challenge. Yeah. I will find cheap gas again.
Holly's riding shotgun on Gas Buddy, finding us some cheap gas. So
not sponsored, but I've been using Gas Buddy, and it's been really, really helpful.
Yep. So we'll see what else she can find along our route. All right, babe, you found us cheap gas at $3.83, but everybody around here was $3.84. And why don't you tell me about that bathroom situation? Not great?
Well, the bathroom wasn't at the...
Right.
We didn't use the bathroom at that station.
But I'm pretty sure this Love's out your window right now.
Hey, but we saved 1 cent per gallon.
Yes, for 11 gallons, so 11 cents.
11 cents.
We are on top of it.
Hey, there you go.
Rumble strip. Tucker, do you have anything to weigh in on this one?
Yeah, rumble strip.
Rumble strip?
Yeah, but I actually got these and these.
Are you having fun on this road trip?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about the gas situation?
I'm stinky.
It's stinky? Hey.
So far, I don't see what all the hubbub's about. We've seen a few stations with over $4 gas, but what could all this really be? I mean,
shut your mouth. We're still in Texas. Yeah. Well,
it's because Texas is the best.
Oh gosh. So,
yeah.
I saved us a cent.
11 cents. 11
Did not know there were multiple places around that we could have found a better bathroom situation.
Yes.
For 1 cent more, but I still saved us 1 cent per gallon.
It's the price you pay. That convenience
It was
tax.
worth every second.
All right, we are in the Permian Basin of Texas. Very famous for all the oil out here, and gas prices are $4.30 at Love's as we travel down the road. So, starting to see them creep up as we head further west. So, as mentioned before, we are in West Texas in the Permian Basin. We just stopped at the Odessa Meteor crater, which is pretty cool. You should stop.
And Texas Stonehenge.
Yeah, and Texas Stonehenge, yes. So, on our trip to California, exploring gas prices, we are taking, to me, what is I-20, but you have some fast facts about this very route that we're on, correct?
Yes, working in the destination marketing realm of Texas, I was telling them that this is actually a historic highway. It's known as the Bankhead Highway. It is the state's first highway, and it stretches all the way from Mount Vernon all the way, and this is just the Texas route, from Mount Vernon all the way to El Paso, and that's what we'll be going on. Its roots are traced back to 1960 and was actually named the first state highway, state number 1, in 1917. So we're going to check out a few historic landmarkers along the way. There's lots to see. If you're ever on this highway, I mean, a lot of people like to give West Texas a hard time about there's nothing to see, it's flat, blah, blah, blah. There's lots to see. So we just saw the crater. We're on our way to Monahans Sandhills State Park, which is completely different than any other state park in the state. I can't wait to show my family who hasn't been here yet. We're gonna get some Mexican food in El Paso and see a few other sites along the way. Pecos, Van Horn, all of these towns along the way, they're really cool and all have a neat little historic significance in state's history. So
just a little bit of extra historical information here as we investigate gas prices from Texas to California. All right, Holly, El Paso, Texas. You found us another good steal, 404. We have officially broken the $4 barrier, even at a Sam's Club, which is cheaper than anything else around here. But thanks to Gas Buddy, you were able to find it.
yes, I mean, the words were uttered. Oh, it's not so bad. It's 404 at Sam's Club, which is pretty depressing. Everything else around here is around
409.
419 and up. Even 409 was good for this area. El Paso has better gas prices than in between Midland and El Paso. It was a lot more expensive, $430 and above. The cheapest I think we saw was $429, $419. That's right. But yep, still using Gas Buddy to find those places to fill up.
Now the interesting part will be our next little trek. So I've gotten us all the way through Texas. You're getting behind the wheel for your first stint behind the Blue Green Beauty. And you're gonna hit Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona all in like 5 hours, where I've been driving for double-digit hours through one
Texas.
state. So anyway, looking forward to seeing what we can find.
Flamingo.
What you doing?
Flamingo.
Adjusting my seat.
Good thing is, once you get it set in place, we can save
Does
its
it not
position.
lift up? Oh, there we go.
Why? Gearheads, we are seeing ever higher gas prices. Stop for a rest stop at Flying J, $4.39, just east of the Arizona border.
Holly found another good one. $3.99. Perhaps the last $3 anything gas we will find on this trip. But we just crossed over into Arizona, so so far we're seeing relatively low gas prices on this trip. I'm sure that'll pick up tomorrow, but as you can see, it's gotten kind of late here, so we're going to sign off for today. Pick it up in the morning. Alright, Gearheads, day 2 of our trek to California from Texas, tracking fuel prices after our late night top off at $3.99 right as we crossed into Arizona. Woke up this morning in Tucson. We've seen what, $4.39, $4.49. So we're seeing some higher prices. I think we have seen the last of $3 anything gas. What are your thoughts?
I'm thinking, challenge.
Challenge accepted?
I'll at least find cheap gas along the way. We've got plenty of time to search for it.
So some updates on how this 21 Chrysler Pacifica is doing. We have put 1,100 miles on it so far. We have driven 19 hours and are getting 26.5 mpg. Again, highway EPA rating is 28. We've seen some big numbers on the speed limit signs.
Thank goodness.
Headed west. It's helped us make good time, but it's impacted our fuel economy just a little bit. But we will do a whole video on what it is like road tripping coming up, so be sure to subscribe for that. Alright, Gearheads, Holly did it again. She found us another cheap little bit of gas on Gas Buddy. Yeah, cheap. 4.37 here at this Arco station in Phoenix. We were at half a tank, so we went ahead and topped off. Why?
Because after we leave Phoenix, it's 5 and up.
So we will see what the future looks like for gas prices as we head into California. So one of the great things about having a vehicle that can take you and stuff and people places are the places that you can end up and the things that you can see and experience firsthand. So here we are. We took a little side trip to Joshua Tree National Park, and oh my goodness, the beauty that is here, you just have to see to truly appreciate in person. Being a native Texan, and especially in the East Texas area and the coastal area of the Gulf Coast, this is a very different scenery than what I am used to. But oh my goodness, so beautiful. All right, Holly, so sometimes Gas Buddy doesn't know everything. We happened to spot 541 as we were driving down down the road in Yucca Valley after spending an awesome afternoon at Joshua Tree. So 541 is the highest we've paid so far, and
it's still the cheapest around here.
And we are
by a mile.
Yeah, we're seeing 579,
Yeah.
We haven't seen any sixes yet.
To be fair for Gas Buddy, though, it is user generated.
This is true.
And this is not the best looking gas station. So probably
So with that,
not many users, but still 541.
with that, I'm gonna put the camera down and drive us to our final destination of the evening, which is our hotel in Simi Valley. So, all right, Gearheads, here we are in Southern California. We finally made it from East Texas. Checking gas prices all along the way. The highest we ever saw was just over $6, which around here in Simi Valley is where we actually are, right at the mid fives.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nothing quite as outrageous as what we were seeing all over the internet, $7+ a gallon here in Southern California.
The news likes to hype it up.
The news does like to hype it up. I did the math for a full tank on this Pacifica from where we started to where we are now. It'd be an extra $40 to fill up this tank, which is no small chunk of change, but still it's not the 7 and just crazy outrageous numbers we've been seeing on the internet. So that's good to know that, you know, we're still hanging around the 5s, at least here in Southern California, just outside of LA. So there you have it. Use Gas Buddy. Be very cautious of where you go, where you stop. Be alert to what's around you, and you can still save quite a bit of money, even out here in California. Take it from 2 East Texans who did the work for you. It's not as crazy as what you were seeing everywhere on the internet.
And we also calculated our trip before we came,
Right.
With Gas Buddy, who calculates in the current gas prices. So we kind of knew what to expect compared flying versus driving. And for us, driving worked the best.
Yep.
So.
Well, that about wraps it up for our Texas to California fuel price road trip. We will be doing a highlight of Route 66 on our way home, so be sure and subscribe for that. But until next time, Gearheads, bye.